Loftus Stadium was the venue for one of the Brazilians' toughest home tussles this season when they took on Congolese football giants TP Mazembe in the 2015 CAF Champions League. A home win and a clean sheet, both vital outcomes.
No, everybody's excited, you know. To get to the Champions League, you have to be either champions or finish second. So it's already an achievement to be in the Champions League. And when you're there, you obviously want to do well. So for us to come up against one of the best teams in Africa, now we can prove ourselves. We can show that we're one of the best.
Mazembe last won the Champions League in 2010 and went on to become the first African team to ever reach the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. A tough test lay ahead for the men in yellow.
To be honest, I don't know them because it's the first time for me also in Africa. So, but I've heard a lot about them, and I know they won the Champions League twice in the last 5 years. So it's obviously one of the biggest teams in Africa. So for us, it's going to be a 50-50 game, to be honest. And I hope we can get a good result at home to finish it off in Lubumbashi.
Dennis Onyango was given the task of being the last line of defense in this crucial fixture by Coach Pito, ahead of the other netmen in the Sundowns Goalkeepers Union.
It's amazing and it's nice, but it comes with a lot of responsibility because you're having the whole club on your shoulders, and you don't need to concede any goals because it's all about the goals in Champions League. And for me, it was about the club and protecting the goal lines and working together as a goalkeepers union, because supporting each other in every moment. So it was very important for me to stay focused.
From the outset, it was clear that intimidation was to be the order of the day for the visitors, and a calm, focused head was needed by Sundowns so as not to succumb to the pressure.
Yeah, we are talking of them trying to break us down mentally and physically. The Mazembe players know how to play the Champions League, and they know how to intimidate. It's the way Champions League is played. If you cannot deal with it, you'll never make it.
It was a very difficult game, but the guys managed to focus and keep the dirty outside, because we were playing a clean game and they were trying to intimidate, but we fought hard.
But the officials soon grew tired of the Mazembe flying studs, and they were reduced to 10 men when Chongo Kabaso was sent off towards the end of the first stanza. Vaya.
When we had one man more against them because of the red card, I was thinking that we must never get caught on a counter-attack, on a break, because we are concentrating on attack, because there's one man less. Two, we have one man more, so we need to try and utilize the opportunity. We've got one man more, we need to score a goal at least. You know, we need to show our superiority in terms of numbers. But they are organized, they know how to play against 10 against 11. It would not be easy to break them down. They did very well.
Onyango felt the pressure of Pitso's attack-minded position, sweeping up the back, constantly aware of the potential of a TP counter. And when it came, he was up for the task.
It's very risky because it's a counter game and you need to stay on toes all the time and anticipate, because the guys are much more into attack and they need to get the goal because we're playing at home. So you need to stay as a sweeper goalkeeper and anticipate all the situations. You need to know when and how to go into a 50-50 challenge. I anticipated and I knew I could get there before him, and he got there before me, but I was right there on time. So for me, it was all about anticipation and being ready for the action.
"85 minutes in, and Coach Pito was starting to wonder if the football universe was playing a cruel game with him, and perhaps this wasn't going to be his night."
Yeah, you get nervous, of course. You're asking yourself, when is it coming? Is it going to come? You know, and this is the opportunity, because they've got one man less. You know, you need to take the chance. Imagine we go to Lubumbashi with one man less. It's going to be very difficult. You know, it's better to go there with a goal. And it worked out. We scored the goal. It was not easy. It came very late. I wish it could have become a little bit earlier so we can go for the second one.
But that wasn't to be the end of the fireworks. A challenge on their keeper saw Mazembe start up the intimidation tactics again with our skipper close to the final curtain.
And I'm proud of how Alias could handle the situation when all of them were coming to him and pushed him and he moved away. You know, that's intelligence. And we did very well. 2 guys were on yellow cards, so we could have got another red card.
Despite all the intimidation and physicality, the Brazilians came out on top and headed to Lubumbashi with a win and a goal ahead on aggregate. But before they headed into battle on foreign soil, the boys did their final preparations in Soweto at the Nike Performance Center in front of well-wishing fans eager to see their heroes in action in a training environment.
Well, there are a lot of spin-offs from that. One is common sponsor Nike. 2 is we need to take our team to the community. 3 is that we're playing on an artificial pitch in Lubumbashi, so we need to train in the same pitch that we're going to play.
Yeah, it was fabulous, especially training. You hardly find fans in South Africa, but today it was great, and we thank them so much for coming to support us.
It was amazing. I mean, they showed that they love us and we love them back, and we need to give them the happiness.
It's better to go there with 1-0 than with no goal, yeah? So it gives us an advantage. And Sundowns always score. All the games we have played this year, we scored. So hopefully we score.
With all the preparations under the belt, the team headed for the DRC Kastaile, and the Consul General to the DRC was on hand in Lubumbashi to help with any political red tape.
It was important that we get here on time. I think they were organized. The team was spot on in terms of organization, because even at the airport, we only spent like 5 to 10 minutes or so. So we just walk through, and then normally you get to hustle there at the airport. I mean, sometimes a psychological thing where they just want to frustrate the team that is coming through, but we never experienced that the team is prepared well for us to come here. So it's up to us as players to do what we can on the field of play.
TP Mazembe Stadium is in the heart of fan zone, Kokasi, and on arriving, its intimidatory presence is felt straight away. We were strangers in a strange land.
Yeah, the stadium is intimidating because there's people are very, very close. I mean, the first row of seats is less than 10 meters, but that's the environment. That's how you must have it, especially when you have the kind of support we have here in Mazembe. The pitch is artificial, but A-grade artificial. We feel okay. Obviously, the day before the match, you don't want to be too relaxed, but you don't want to be too anxious also, but we are okay.
I'm anticipating a good experience here. They say in DRC, this is a hostile place where you feel like you're playing an away game. We know that we are in a foreign country, and we know what is at stake, and we know what Mazembe is capable of doing, and we are prepared for anything that they will try to do to unsettle us. I think we are prepared.
It's not my first time in DRC. I've been here with the Bafana team before, and I've been looking forward to come here ever since we knew that we were going to play TP Mazembe. Because of how big the game is, I think it's an opportunity for the team to grow, to have more character. Despite the results, I think it will help the team going forward as well, because we're going to have to be challenged with stuff that we've never been exposed to in South Africa. So I think this is one of the games that will really help the team.
The day of the encounter arrived, and also the realization that the stories of the hostile crowd were all true. This was Champions League pressure in all its glory.
Yeah, it's electric. It's unbelievable. It's a big passion of football. It's forever black and white. The environment tells you that you are in a different territory. You are in their space, and you are invading their space. And if you want to come into their space, you must be beaten. That's it.
It's like all the games that we've played, even in South Africa, when you play the Pirates, you play the Chiefs. You always outnumber us when it comes to the crowd. So even here is the same. The only thing is just that we have to know that they can dominate us with the crowd and everything. But in the pitch, it will be 11 against 11.
Right from the outset, it was clear that the Mazembe cauldron would have an influence on the Brazilians, who were finding it tough going in Lubumbashi.
The first 45 minutes, we were not ourselves. You must also understand that people have been in the Champions League for the last 4 years. They went to the semi-finals in November, so that was 4 months break. We have been away 7 years, and we still had a chance. We could have still made it. I don't want to say the players were really, really under pressure. We put ourselves under pressure. We just did not know how to handle the 12 men and the pressing they applied, and they never gave us time on the ball, and we never managed to pass and play out. But the 12 men motivates the team. I remember when we played SuperSport United, the last game for us to win the league, we had a full stadium. That's when I knew the 12 men plays a role. After we scored the first goal, the second came, the third came. If we had another 5 minutes to play, we could have still scored the fourth one, because the 12 men drove us. Everybody rises to the occasion. So 12 men plays a role.
2-0 down at intermission, and Coach Peter was going to need all the inspirational talent he could muster to G up his troops. Coach.
Let's go for it. We've got nothing to lose. We are 2-0 down. On aggregate is 2-1. You score 1, you win, and you can't score 1 if you don't attack. So let's go for it. And we played with integrity after that. We managed to create chances. We went behind them, and they were under pressure. We created the chances. Mamen Young missed a header that, in my opinion, we should have scored. And also Pesci missed a ball that he could have put it under, but he went over the bar. So he got to go score. And we scored. And I always said it, Sundowns will score. And we scored. But it was not enough. In conclusion, we need to be prepared and have the right personnel for Champions League. And the right personnel for Champions League is not all about the good players, and it's not all about tactics.
It's more about your attitude. It's more about the will to win. I will do anything to win. I'm not afraid. Look, 3-2 in aggregate against Mazembe, it's not that bad. We needed only one goal. We need to make sure that we consolidate our next 3 games in the league now and win them. They'll give us a Champions League spot. Then we go back prepared.